No more food involved on this one, at least.
Yeah, you're making me hungry.
I think the next one does have a snack mentioned. But for this one, no food, I don't think. Fuck. Don't quote me, I guess. So, up next, 30 male, pissed my wife, 27 female off, and now she wants me to do everything. I already know I'm the asshole. I just want help to fix it. To begin, when I met my now wife, she had about $9,000 in credit card debt. She grew up in poverty, got her first credit card, and got into financial trouble with it. Song as old as time. She told me about it pretty early on in the serious phase of our relationship. We had been friends with benefits for a year already before we decided to make it exclusive, and even told me about her plan to fix it, showed me her budget, and had a time frame. To her credit, she did it. It took her about 14 months of hard saving and scrimping, and she rejected all of my offers to help because she wanted to own her mistake. That was 5 years ago. We're now married with twins aged 6. She's a stay-at-home mom, but receives about $1,000 per month in VA disability. That's veterans.
Yep.
So, and cleans houses part-time while our kids are in school. The $1,000 goes entirely to our mortgage, plus some of the money that she makes cleaning houses because she likes to put extra on the principal. So she has her own spending money. We do have one credit card, mine, of which she is an authorized user. I do stay vigilant about the card because I guess I never really let myself trust her with money. On to the problem. I noticed earlier this week, after years of good financial decisions and fiscal responsibility on her part, that the credit card seemed higher than normal. So I went looking at the statement. My wife hadn't mentioned anything, and I hadn't seen anything expensive coming into the house. So I was shocked to see charges from GameStop, grocery store charges outside of her normal shopping trip, a salon, Walmart, a movie theater, and Amazon. It came out to about $600, and I immediately realized she had a relapse. I confronted her in the kitchen while she was putting together something for our kids' class, and I admit I laid right into her. She just kind of stared at me while I'm getting more and more worked up, and when I had said my piece, she agreed. She had messed up, would return everything except the salon services, obviously, and give me back the credit card. I thought this was an admission of guilt, which made me even more angry and demanded to know how much she spent on these Halloween goodie bags she was putting together because it looked expensive, and I didn't see why we would spend so much on first graders, and she said only $15 since she got everything at the dollar store. Well, I found out today how badly I fucked up. She told me that everything had been returned, and now I was in charge of the birthday party, the birthday presents, and the Christmas shopping, and the class Christmas party contribution, since I didn't trust her to do those things. Turns out, all those charges were for the kids' birthday and birthday party at the movie theater. November 10th is their birthday. Christmas shopping, she had actually finished for everyone we usually buy for. And even the salon charges were for our son's haircuts. Now she's returned everything and even has told me grocery shopping is also my job now. I can't handle all that. I didn't even remember it was my kids' birthday soon. How do I fix this so we can go back to how it was? I've already groveled, and she just says I apparently have 5 years of groveling to do if all I've been waiting for is the other shoe to drop, when she's been nothing but exemplary when it comes to finances in all this time. Help, please.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
No, like $9,000 in debt when you grow up poor and you live off credit cards is nothing. Nothing. Like, yeah, it's a big burden, but like, fuck, like my credit card bill when I was in grad school using it to live, like it was more than hers. Like, and for her to be such a badass and get her plan and like all her eggs in a row and get that sorted on her own. And he still like so tough, and he still doesn't trust her.
Yeah, I just feel like there's some kind of breakdown in communication between these two.
Mm-hmm.
The not trusting her thing is a big piece, but also the fact that almost it was like, oh, she relapsed, all these charges, and
Yeah.
just to be so out of touch with what it could actually be for, and you think that she's just going and blowing money. There's a large disconnect here. And then just not, I don't know. I don't understand people that blow up. I don't understand people that let this anger build up between them and their partner, and then they like lash out and it becomes this huge thing. Why can't you just go home and say, hey, I noticed this. At first, maybe I thought it was fraud or something. I'm just trying to make sure, because that happens.
Yeah.
Where all these charges in one day when it's out of the blue, and just say, do you know what it's about? Oh yeah, I actually did this, the kids this, the Christmas shopping this.
It could have been so easy.
Like, what in the hell? So I see where she's coming from in the sense that, yes, I'm going to go return all the shit, even though it's so inconvenient.
But it's the principle.
I'm going to go prove the point, return it, and you can manage it now if this is that big of an issue to where you're going to come home and flip out.
Yeah, what he openly said, I laid into her.
I would never, ever say that, because I would never do that.
Buddy. Like you said, it could have been so easy. All you had to do is be like, hey, hun, just curious what all this is about.
I just never approach things that way. I've never laid into anybody. That's just not what I do.
It's fucked up. The fact that this woman only spent $600 and got all of that accomplished. I think we spend $600 in just Christmas shopping, like birthday party, birthday presents, Christmas shopping, all done, and 2 haircuts. One haircut in LA is like $100. It's ridiculous. How did she do it?
I mean, my haircut wouldn't be $100, but
men's haircuts are still really expensive. It'd probably like $60 for you.
I had a $50 one in New York, and then we found the spot where we'd get them done for $20.
That's good. And haircuts are a little cheaper, but still
besides
minimum
the point.
25 a haircut plus tip. Dude.
Well, I love his ignorance coming on, just being in the spotlight and those goodie bags look expensive. And then they were all from the dollar store.
I know. It's just ridiculous. I have a lot of issues with this OP. One, didn't know when his kids' birthdays were.
Yeah, what?
Fucked up. 2, the fact that he says something about the money. I do stay vigilant about the card because I guess I've never really let myself
Feels
trust
so controlling.
her with money. Yeah, but he says something about the credit card specifically. We do have one credit card, mine, of which she is an authorized user. That is really annoying to me. I don't know how much their mortgage is, but all of her money from her VA disability benefit is going towards the mortgage. She also makes additional payments from her part-time cleaning job. She's not a stay-at-home mom. That is doing this woman a disservice.
Yes.
She's a stay-at-home mom and a worker and has VA disability, so was
Super
a veteran.
mom.
This woman is a super mom. He is really selling her short.
And then she went and took care of all of this shit.
Yeah. Well, funny how too, I can't handle all of that. How do you think she just did it?
Why is this guy so out of touch with everything?
You just when people write stuff like this, you almost wonder, did you get hit in the head?
Well, and as you're typing it, do you not realize when you can read it flat out in front of you?
Literally.
Read in between the lines.
It's literally hitting you in the face. It's right there, buddy.
I understand the benefits of having mutual accounts and combining finances and such when you get into serious relationships. I still think it's important to still have your own credit, still have your own accounts and credit cards, because with this, there's an element to this monitoring and this observing constantly.
It's financial abuse.
Well, and also you just got to have some freedom. If you want to go spend the money that you went and worked for or from your disability, if you want to go like, yes, you have things that you commit to with each other. You have things that we're going to split this, we're going to do X, Y, Z. But if you want to go to the salon and not feel guilt tripped about it, you should be able to. It just feels weird.
It does. This dude is just fucked up. And he kind of know he fucked up, but he's just like, how do I fix it? Versus own it. You take responsibility. You fucked up. Now make it right.
Just seems incapable.
He is incapable. Top comment on this one. The ultimate, or not the top comment. It got pushed to the top for some reason, but it's got like 509 upvotes. And they go, the ultimate fucked around and found out. Someone else goes, LOL, there's no quick fix to this. Sounds like you either beg her for forgiveness for a very extended amount of time or get to shopping. Also, it sounds like she is deserving of some spending money, to be honest. Sounds like all she does is take care of you and the kids and has owned up and corrected all her previous mistakes. Let me get this clear too. Like, I don't think it's a mistake. I hate how everyone's being like, oh, it's a mistake. Like, there are some times where we just don't, one, have financial literacy. Like, I was able to just get a fucking credit card at 18. I didn't know what the fuck to do with it. Like, she came from a poverty, he says. I think he says poverty, grew up in poverty. Like, you don't just have financial literacy. And also, we are human. We have to survive. You don't know what that 9K was on. If it was her spending it on shopping and like the shopaholic, sure. But if that was food and her living, that's not a mistake. That is just her like trying to fucking live. Hate that everyone's calling it a mistake.
Yeah.
But agree with that person. And agree with what you said too. Like, even if you are a stay-at-home mom, like, try not to be financially dependent on your partner. Like, always have your own money set aside. Just like maybe a side hustle, like a little hobby job, like if you can.
Yeah.
But yeah. OP has some comments too that I wanted to point out. He replies a bunch. Oh, they're just, I don't think they don't help his case here.
Yeah.
Someone goes, yes, you're the asshole. You want to position yourself as a responsible one, but you don't even know your kid's birthday? I do know my kid's birthday. I just hadn't realized it was so close. Okay.
Yeah. That's an interesting one.
This is really interesting too. So OP comments something here. It wasn't much of an argument, honestly. I'd been expecting some pushback or some attempt to explain herself, but it ended up being just me asking how she could do this to us. I knew it was only a matter of time because addicts can't be trusted. What is it going to take for her to understand that credit cards aren't magical free money? I said a lot, and I may have said it louder than my usual voice. I'm not proud, but when she didn't argue, I just thought she knew she had fucked up and wasn't going to own it. And so someone replies to OP and goes, you called her an addict. On what basis is that justified?
Yep.
And OP goes, she didn't rack up $20K in credit card debt by not being a shopping addict, you know? When you're an addict, you don't just stop being an addict. You're just in recovery. I guess I've been waiting and watching for her to relapse all this time. And those charges just blinded me to everything else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where the 20K number comes from because in the original post he mentions 9K. So I don't know. But also like there's no specifying what she was buying. So is she an addict or was she just living?
I don't know, but just the fact of that statement being there, I feel terrible for the kids, but this relationship is not healthy.
Yeah.
This is just not.
No, someone else goes, and this is where I think it's going to get a definite, this woman needs to run. So someone goes, so she's disabled, works part-time, and takes care of your children. She's not a stay-at-home mom. Stop minimizing her contribution to the household. She pays the entire mortgage, but for years you've had a leash so tight she couldn't even go get her hair done. You really had to yell at her, making goodie bags for Halloween party for school.
Yeah.
She took care of her own debt before even marrying you. So you have no reason to nickel and dime her. It's hard to imagine that $600 worth of purchases is breaking the bank for you. It is clear from the way you speak about your wife that you do not respect her and believe she needs to be monitored like a child. Meanwhile, she's the one making the trip to the store to arrange goodie bags. She's the one dropping off and picking up the kids from school and spending hours cleaning. Sounds like her entire life is work. It's so unfair that you are taking almost all of her entire check for the month and putting it towards the mortgage, leaving her with very little leftover money for literally anything else. Her cell phone bill could easily eat those leftover dollars. And OP goes, she can go get her hair done, and her money from the cleaning job is hers to do with as she sees fit. But she said before, she has a hard time justifying spending money on herself unless she really needs something. It's severe enough usually that her family will give her gift cards to specific places like Starbucks or a nail salon, a women's clothing store, or most recently, it was a car detailer, so that she can't use it to buy something for the kids. I don't nickel and dime her. I just wanted to know as early as possible if she was getting up to her old tricks. She probably is scared to spend a dime on herself because she has an financial manipulator of a husband that would flip the fuck out if she did spend any money on herself. He flipped the fuck out when she didn't spend any money on herself. She just spent money. Run. I want to track this woman down.
Yeah.
Run.
It's pretty bad.
Call it quits. Fuck therapy on this one. I'm a big plugger of therapy, as we all know.
Oh my God, just imagine the weight lifted off her shoulders.
She is doing it all. She is being a single parent. And then some. What is this man doing? What is he fucking doing? So literally someone goes, if you want to fix it, do as she asked. Buy everything she bought and returned. And he goes, I see what she bought on Amazon since we share an account at least. This is great advice. Thank you. How fucking dumb are you? Go buy everything. Make it right. Make it right.
No. See, this person, he's just oblivious. It's not going to happen.
No. She deserves better.
Yeah.
She deserves better.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.